Well, you're saying that we have to live according to the law or something to be saved, or what do you
No,
suggest?
no. Okay. So we are saved by belief in the Messiah. The scriptures
Mm-hmm.
are very clear about that.
Mm-hmm.
After we're being saved, then our way of living is what show us or shows to the Father and to the rest of the people that we are saved. So
Right.
works are not a way of salvation, but a proof of salvation. That's what I was writing there.
Okay. So, all right. So, well, did you see what I said about James? I mean, what verses are you bringing to prove that?
That that we are to prove that we are safe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So one of them, for example, when Messiah says, "Why do you call me Lord, Lord, but do not do what I told you to do?" Many
Mm-hmm.
in the last days will come and tell me, Adon, Adon, in your name we prophesied, in your name we heal, in your name we exercise. And then Messiah
Mm-hmm.
says, "Depart from me, I never knew you, you who work iniquity."
Right.
And when we look at the word iniquity, it means lawlessness. So these
Mm-hmm.
are people who believe in the Messiah and are even able to make miracles in the name of Messiah,
Mm-hmm.
but they continue to live in sin. And that's one of
Mm-hmm.
them. Uh,
Well, what I would suggest to you, my friend, is that that's not what he's saying here. What he's saying is that because salvation is by faith in the Messiah alone.
yeah.
Okay? So when people think that they can do it by works, as these people say, have we not done many wonderful works? Then that
Mhm.
means they're not putting their faith in him alone. They're putting it partially in their works. So
Yes.
that's why they were never saved. That's why he never knew them. I never knew you. And so that's why once he knows you, once you're saved, right? You can never be a worker of iniquity because you're a saint.
Well, not
Even though
necessarily.
you might actually do sins, which we all do, but
Mhm.
you'll be understood by God as this saint, a righteous. So that's why he calls them that because they're unsaved, because they never truly believed in him
But you
alone.
can lose salvation.
Pardon me?
You can lose salvation.
Okay, how do we lose salvation? How does that happen?
All right. So in the scriptures, we have a verse from Shaul that says that after knowing the truth, if we continue sinning, willingly sinning, the
Yeah, we were talking about that with those guys.
sacrifices
Hebrews.
of no value for us. You know the verse. So here we
Yeah.
have somebody who knows the truth,
Mm-hmm.
is knowledgeable about the truth, which is the word of Yahweh,
Mm-hmm.
but continues sinning,
Mm-hmm.
and then it says the sacrifice is no longer for
No,
you
well,
value,
let's talk about that. Let's talk about that.
right?
He's not saying that the sacrifice is not effective for you anymore.
Okay,
What
cool.
he's saying, because look what it says here.
Okay.
Earlier in the same chapter, right? By one offering, he has perfected forever
Hmm.
them that are sanctified, right? That is, we're perfected forever by his one sacrifice. Okay.
The
But watch
one.
what happens now.
Okay.
Pardon? Watch what happens now. So we're perfected forever. But now he's saying that now if you sin, if you continue willfully sinning, which is
Hmm.
he's talking about apostasy here. But if they
Yes.
continue in that, there's no more sacrifice. There's no more sacrifice to clean that away from you.
Yeah.
So that's why, although you're perfected forever, you will receive a judgment. But it
Okay.
doesn't mean you're not going to be perfected. It doesn't mean you're not going to go to heaven. But go ahead.
Okay. So I disagree on that. If we see here, okay, this is a person that knows the truth. So the
Mm-hmm,
truth has been already presented to him. He
mm-hmm,
knows about it,
mm-hmm,
but he decides willingly to keep sinning.
mm-hmm.
And then the scripture is very clear that says, then the blood of Messiah is of no use for you because you decide to keep sinning. So the
Blood of
first
Messiah is no use. Where's that? Where's that?
say again.
Where's the blood of Messiah no use? Is that this one?
Uh, yes, could we read it out loud?
Sure. For if we sin willfully, after that we have received the knowledge of the truth, there remaineth no more sacrifice for sin. That is no more sacrifice, because the one sacrifice was already done.
Yeah, keep going.
Okay. But a certain fearful looking for of judgments and fiery indignation, which shall devour the adversaries. He that despised Moses' law died without mercy under 2 or 3 witnesses. Of how much sorer punishment suppose ye shall he be without worthy, who hath trodden under foot the Son of God, and hath counted the blood of the covenant wherewith he was sanctified an unholy thing, and hath done despite unto the Spirit of grace.
Right there.
Oh, so what this is saying is, because if they go back to the animal sacrifice, right, that means they have counted the blood of the covenant, the blood of the new covenant, wherewith Jesus's blood, they counted whereby they were sanctified. And remember, this is sanctified forever. By which we're sanctified once for all. Okay, perfected forever. Okay. Also, anyway, perfected forever. All right.
Okay.
So what he's saying is that if you continue now, that means if you go back to animal sacrifice, you're counting the blood of the covenant that Jesus sanctified you with.
Not mentioning that.
Hmm?
It's not mentioning the sacrifice of animals. It's mentioning that if you continue sinning after the knowledge of the truth, and the truth is the word of Yahweh, and Messiah is the word made flesh.
Hmm.
If you continue willingly, this is not an accident, willingly sinning, then his blood, and it's right there, it's plain, it is like you are stepping on his blood. You are not valuing the precious gift of the blood of the Messiah.
Right. So that's why they will have a much sorer punishment. But that's not hell. Let's not go to hell. That's the punishment.
Well,
They're going to be judged.
That's a lake of fire. But let's concentrate
no. Why is it lake of fire?
Okay. So what we know, we're stepping our side, but we can go to the hell and lake of fire in a minute. Let's keep it this. Let's get done with this situation over here. If you see there is belief, but then the belief after that does not match. The person is keeping sinning willingly, so the person is not having works that prove that he is safe, and because of that, he then is not safe.
Where are you getting this idea? Wait. If they're perfected forever, right? How could they be not saved now?
It does say there that if you keep sinning, you will be destroyed.
No, it doesn't say destroyed. It says they'll be.
Is there a mention of fire there?
There's a fire. Yeah, fire. Fire doesn't mean destroyed. Look, you know what the fire is? Let me show you what the fire is.
Okay.
It's the same thing he's talking about in 1 Corinthians 3:12-15.
All right.
So here he's talking about the works that we do as Christians, right? We should build on Christ. The foundation is Christ.
All right.
The foundation is Christ. Okay. So then we build on the foundation, gold, silver, precious stones. That's the good works. Or we could build wood, hay, stubble. That's the bad works. And every man's work shall be made manifest on the day of judgment, for the day shall declare it, because it shall be revealed by fire. Fire. Okay. And the fire shall try every man's work of what sort it is.
Well,
listen, hold on. I'm not done. Hold on. If any man's work abide, which he has built thereupon, that is gold, silver, precious stones, that type of work doesn't burn up in the fire.
Okay.
But if any man's work, hold on. If any man's work shall abide that he built thereupon, he shall receive a reward. You see this reward? See what I'm saying? If your work abides, through the fire, if your word doesn't get burnt up in the fire, you receive a reward. All right? Are you with me? But if any man's work shall be burnt,
I'm trying to explain you something about the fire.
Hold on. Let me just finish my point here. Okay. So these people are going to be judged by fire. This is all Christians. are going to be judged by fire when at the end of our lives, okay? However, if your works are good, then your works will abide and you will receive a reward.
So
If your
works.
work shall be hold on, if your work shall be burned, you shall suffer loss, but he himself shall be saved, yet so as by fire. You see? What do you think that means?
Okay. There are two types of fire. There is the refining fire, which is it means that on the scripture that we will be refined by fire. So it will be perfected, will be polished, will be made better, made more pure. That's a refining fire. And then there is the fire that is left for those disobedient, the unfaithful, the ones that deny the Messiah, all of that. That is the one that is in the lake of sulfur and like a,
Yeah, the lake of fire
the
and
lake of fire
brimstone,
and
but
sulfur. That's where the people are gonna be sent to be destroyed. So we're talking two fires here.
well, no. This is the thing. This is the thing, bro. This is not that fire. This is not
Okay.
that fire, the lake of fire. This is another fire. This fire judges the believers, and some will receive a reward, and some will suffer loss, but they themselves shall be saved.
All right. So
But they're still saved. Go
if I
ahead.
just believe in the Messiah, can
Mhm.
I continue sinning?
Unfortunately, yes, you can. I'm not suggesting you should do that, but
Not.
if you
All right.
did,
So
you would not lose your
let me
salvation.
let me rephrase the question. Should I continue sinning?
You should not.
Willingly.
No, you should not. You should not.
Why? Why?
Because there's a judgment, as I'm showing you here.
So there is a penalty for a person that it has been saved if the works do not match the salvation. I'm not saying that we let's put this clear. Let's put this clear. Works are not salvation. Works show your salvation.
No, I know. You're saying that, but you're not proving that from the scriptures here.
The
The law was
disciples,
not really fulfilled until he died, right? So they're still supposed to follow the law, but not for salvation. Just for that's the life thing. Like they should just do that for the life.
obedience. Is that correct?
Pardon?
Obedience. So
Yeah,
we
yeah,
are
but
to
not
be.
for salvation. Not for salvation.
I'm not saying that.
Mhm.
I'm saying that we should not say that works are not necessarily, are not the main thing, are not the way to salvation, but they are the need to prove salvation.
Well, you
If
see what you're doing. You're saying. Wait, hold on. What you're saying is we don't need works for salvation, but we do need works to prove salvation. So you're still saying we need works,
yes, sir, we do.
or we're not saved. No, then that means that means that's works based salvation.
Let me put you an example. So let's say that I present to you as a believer.
Mhm.
I believe in Messiah. I say I love Messiah, etc., 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 all the whole mile. But immediately you see me stealing from somebody, or lying about something that you know that is not true, or cursing, or watching something that I was not supposed to watch as a believer. Will you say that I'm safe? And remember, I'm telling you that I believe in Messiah.
Did you believe? Did you believe? Did you believe in Jesus Christ? All right, then you're saved. Yeah.
Exactly. Here's the problem. I say that I believe,
Mm-hmm.
but what I'm doing, it actually tells you. You will tell me you are not safe.
Oh well. Let me ask you this: do you think you have to continually believe until you die?
Well, that you are to continue to believe the rest of your life, and you are to do to prove that you are safe. You have to do. I need to show you the verses because there is a multitude of verses
Well,
that do say that we are to show to others that we
well,
are
what
the
about
light.
this?
How are we going to be the light of the
Oh yeah,
world?
yeah. Oh yeah, we're commanded. We're commanded to do that. But that's the Matthew 5 here. Well, let me just show you this.
Okay.
Wherefore there whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments and shall teach men so, he should
Okay.
be called least in the kingdom of heaven.
Mhm.
Whosoever shall do and teach them, the same should be called great in the kingdom of heaven. That is, they're both in the kingdom of heaven. But then there's least and greatest. So there's the reward thing. Remember I was talking to you about the reward? So
But
they
these
go
are
ahead.
people. These are people who are teaching that the Messiah came to abolish the law, and they are teaching to not obey the commandments, and they
That's
will
not what
be.
he's saying here. It's not what he's talking about. He said whosoever,
Let's,
not just who the people that teach that.
let's go a
Mhm.
little bit. Let's go a little bit on top of that.
Mhm.
He's saying, "Do not even think that I came to abolish the law of the prophets. I did not come to abolish, but to fulfill." And then
Mhm.
immediately after that, he starts saying, "And whoever teach that the whoever could you read it again for me, please?"
Yeah, whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments and shall teach men so, the same
Right.
he should be called least in the kingdom of heaven. Least
Stop.
in the kingdom, though.
Stop.
Mhm.
Stop. So whoever breaks the commandments and teach
Mhm.
people to do so will be considered the least of in the kingdom of heaven.
Mhm.
Now, two problems here. One, he's saying like you are saying something that I did not come to do. And number two, you don't want to be the least in the kingdom of heaven. Just imagine that you are
Yeah, I
in
don't
the
want to release. Yeah, I agree. I agree. But they're still in the kingdom. That's what I'm saying, brother. That's not hell. Okay. Acts
so we
two
got a
thirty
problem.
four. Huh?
So we got a problem with what you just said.
No. What I'm saying to you is this:
Hmm.
David is not ascended into the heavens, but he saith himself, "The Lord is said unto my Lord." When he says "is" here, he's not really saying that it's necessarily because he's talking about the time when David wrote this, right? The Lord said unto my Lord, "Sit down on my right hand." So when he
All right.
says David is not ascended into the heavens, he's not saying that David is not ascended right then at that moment, but that
Okay.
when David wrote this, he
That's
was not
in
ascended into the
that's in the book
heavens.
of Acts too.
Yeah,
Okay,
234.
let's go to the book of Acts.
Mhm.
Let's see about that. Acts 32. Okay,
Oh, it's
let's go.
234, 234, but yeah.
Okay. Um, all right. So, what makes you think that this verse says, "For David did not ascend into the heavens," does
Mhm.
not speak of that moment? And,
Because
this
he's
is not the only verse that I have, though.
okay, well, all right, and with this one, but he
Right.
saith, the saith is also present tense.
Mm-hmm.
And when did he say this? He didn't say this at that moment. He said it back when he was alive, right? When he wrote the psalm. So this is sometimes just a use of in Greek though sometimes even in Hebrew they'll sometimes do this where they use the present tense in this way. But he's not talking about the moment right then. All right, you know what? Listen, I gotta wrap it up because it's 1:30. But look, you know what, brother? Yovan, I'm happy to have you on again. All right. So come by again. We'll talk some more. All right. I'm
Tell
sorry
you
to
what.
cut you off.
Tell you what.
Mhm.
I'll give you my number.
Okay. Or just send it to me in the private chat. You know the private can you see the private chat there? There's some other people here though too. Uh here, let me give you I'll give you my email, okay? And send it to me by email, okay? Hang on.
Okay. No, and just for the record, whoever says that I think I am smart, no, I'm not. I'm a person that likes to learn and talk and all of that.
This is
Uh,
okay. I like you,
so
man. You're polite, you're nice. I do think you're wrong. So we can talk some more. I like to disabuse you of your false beliefs. I'm sure you'd like to do the same for me. But I think I'm right. But anyway, it's okay. But you got the email, right?
yes, I got it. I screenshot it.
All right, good. All right, I'll talk to you soon, brother. God bless you. Okay. God
God
bless.
will bless
Thanks.
you.
God bless.
Okay, 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 okay. I'm studying the Bible in Toronto. I'm studying the Bible in Toronto. I'm studying the Bible in Toronto. I'm studying the Bible in Toronto.